Planning your Islamic tile. To create the plan for your Islamic tile, you're going to need some paper and some circle guides made out of cardboard. They have the diameter listed on each circle guide. They come in a variety of sizes from 4.5 inches all the way down to 1 inch. It's the smallest one there. And just a real quick recap, we have some of our smaller tiles that we made, the pendants. These are some examples of some very nice ones that turned out really well. Alright, step one, fold the paper. You're going to take your paper and you're going to first write your name and then write your period and day. So if it's day A, write day A, and then if it's day B, write day B. I wrote 1A. Okay, take your paper and you're going to actually first fold it. Doesn't matter which way, but I'm going to fold it diagonally first, kind of like you're making a paper snowflake. There's the first fold. Next, you'll fold it again the opposite way to create a crisscross, an X on your paper. Next, you'll fold it in half like a sandwich. Now you should have 3 lines. And then you'll fold it the opposite way with another sandwich, and you should have a star design with folds in your paper. You don't have to do this, but if you'd like, you can draw with your pencil over the lines. This can help you see them better, but it is not required. Step 2, use your circles as guides. So I have my paper ready to go. I'm ready to use my circles. And I'm going to start with the largest one. That'd probably be the easiest. 4.5 inches diameter. That's the distance across the circle from edge to edge. And I'm going to trace that with my pencil. And there I have my first large circle. This will help us get the radial symmetry that we're looking for. Next, I'll take my diameter 3.5 inches circle and place that on the inside and trace it. And there I have my second circle. It's going to start to look slightly like a target. Diameter 3 inches circle. Put that on the inside. Trace that circle. Now you don't have to use all of these same circles. These are just for guides to help you out in figuring out where you want your designs. Helps you find the radial symmetry. And I just skipped ahead and went ahead and did the small circle next to make my center point. Alright, step 3, you're going to draw your designs. So I have my circles ready, those are my guides, and I'm going to start to draw some designs. Now remember, Islamic art has a lot of geometric designs, but they also have some organic designs, things like curlicues, arabesque patterns, swirls, spirals, and you'll often even see some flowers or leaves, which you can include on your design. You'll see that I'm rotating the paper as I go. This will help me make sure that I'm doing the same thing on each side, which in this case is the same thing in each corner. I'm making a triangle. There are my 4 triangles, one in each corner. And I sped it up a little bit, but I'm drawing some line designs on the inside. Remember, we're using lines to create designs, lines and shapes. And you can also use the inspiration sheets there, the laminated designs. These are pre-made designs by other artists, but I'm going to use one design on this sheet, small little flower design. I do not expect you to copy the entire design, but you can find bits and pieces from those inspiration sheets that you'd like to create, and you can use those in your Islamic tile plan. So I'm going to draw that little flower design, and I just go carefully. It's not so bad or not so hard if you take your time and you just look at one piece of that design rather than try and copy the entire design. So I've got a good start. That's going to be my center. The center is usually kind of a flower or star design, something ornamental, decorative, fancy looking. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to keep going around using my circles as the guide. That will help me make sure that my designs are in a radial symmetry pattern. Mine's not quite perfect, but that's not a huge issue. I don't expect yours to be entirely perfect. We're not going to spend too much time worrying about our plan. This is a chance to get our ideas down. Make sure we have a really good plan before we start in the clay. And there I'm adding an edge, just some small dots along the edge. And I have to do it to every single edge. You'll see me turning the paper. Just turn it every time. And I keep drawing. That helps me remember not to miss any sides, miss any corners, to make it as symmetrical as possible. And I will keep going. I'm adding some lightning bolt designs on the corners. Rotating the paper again. Some small ovals. I was double checking there to make sure that it was even. I had the same number of ovals on each side. It's getting more decorative, more intricate. Now, one thing to remember is that you can erase those guidelines we drew, the circles. I actually think that that looks better when they're all erased. I'll just show you what that kind of looks like once they are start to erase. Makes it look more like you didn't cheat with the guides. So that's a nice tip. I'll draw some more lines on the outside. So you'll see I've already used triangles, ovals, some lines, really thin rectangles, circles. I've used a lot of shapes already, and I could use a lot more. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I kept it fairly simple. And there is my plan, my design, ready to go. All done in pencil, so if I wanted to fix something, I could erase it fairly easily. And a really cool way to double check to make sure you have radial symmetry is to fold your paper back along those folds. If it looks the same on both sides, then you know that you have done it right. So there's the first side, there's the second side, it looks pretty much the same. That's how you know that you did it right and you have radial symmetry.